The BC Lions are 7.5-point favorites against the Montreal Alouettes on Sunday at BC Place Stadium. Both teams are coming off one-sided losses that saw their previously perfect records marred by a loss. Cody Fajardo threw a back-breaking interception in the red zone for the Owls, while Vernon Adams Jr. threw 6 picks in his team's loss to the Argos. What team bounces back this week and why?
It's the Lions, and let's be frank about this. The Montreal Alouettes going into their game last week against Winnipeg, it was all the questions were about whether that 2-0 record was for real because of the opponents they had faced up until that point. Well, it turns out it wasn't for real. They got their butts kicked against a team that BC manhandled the week previous. Now, Winnipeg is a very good football team, don't get me wrong, but I think the Lions are just as good, and I just don't see the Montreal Alouettes matching up well against them. VA is going to protect the football for a change, and the Lions are going to cruise to victory. I'm eating all the points this week.
JC, you didn't learn a lesson after last week, did you? When I told you that it was a prime spot for a letdown for the Lions, and they lost on the road in Toronto. I don't care if you want to wipe away the 6 picks from big play VA, who was actually a big play for the Argos defense. So I actually like the Montreal Alouettes in this game because I think they played the Winnipeg Blue Bombers somewhat closely. The defense kept them in that game, and if Cody Fajardo could have just found some way, any form or fashion, to get his offense into the end zone, that game could have been really intriguing. So I like what the Alouettes have going on. I can't even believe I'm saying that, fellas, but I'll take the points, even though it's Montreal going all the way out to the West Coast, and the Lions are in a prime bounce-back spot. But I like the points because I don't think BC should be that heavy of a favorite over an underrated Owls team.
The Alouettes have not won in Vancouver since 2015, and that type of trip is hard to make at the best of times. Against a highly motivated BC Lions, I think is darn near impossible to go in there and get a win. So I am picking the Lions to cover this wide spread. I do think the Alouettes are better than we gave them credit for maybe this past week, but I don't think they're as good as their 2-0 start. I'm taking the Lions to win this one in a one-sided affair.